Welcome to Baseball Enthusiast. My name is Evan O'Brien alongside my good pal Billy Bissell as we recap around MLB this week. Before we get anything started, Billy, how are we doing today?
We're doing good. Feeling good. It's Tuesday. I feel like I don't know why I always start with saying the date, just to
That's
say just
fine.
to
That's
to
fine,
start
man.
off the show. But we're doing good today. It's like the first real week of no Knicks basketball of where I'm not thinking about the Knicks. We had the pleasure of going to the parade. So I think finally we've come down off of that just a little bit. Still seeing a bunch of edits and a bunch of cool stuff on my Instagram, which I will happily engage and see more of. But overall, for baseball, it's been fun. Now, really getting into the swing of things. I know we're kind of getting into that slow start where teams try and limp their way to the All Star break, and then it's right after that it gets kind of slow, but it's still fun time. I feel like now that the weather is really warm, baseball is the only thing I'm thinking about.
Yeah. I saw the New York Knicks post their thank you fans and it just like it hit. I was like, damn. I've never like look at this in like a positive aspect, but just like everyone in the comments like either like thank you or like damn, I can't believe I'm looking at this happy, smiling.
Yeah, I know,
Crazy.
right? It's like always seeing that those thank you fans Instagram posts, baseball, basketball, football.
Yeah.
Anytime it's like the few days after your team gets bounced, always the worst feeling. Now it's like wow, it like like it's the most rewarding feeling you can have.
Yeah, it's even used as like a meme if your team's like pretty much done. Just like thank you
Yes,
fans.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. I've seen that get posted in blowout games of in blowouts of playoff games before the
Or even just
last
no
out.
regular season games.
Oh yeah. Right. Listen, the Mets. I'm sure there'll be plenty of Mets posts about thank you fans after this most recent Mets and Phillies loss, capping off the season because it's damn near over.
Yeah. And speaking of the Mets and Phillies, we had an interesting day for the Phillies and Mets. Uh, Starting off with pretty much Bryce Harper.
Harper to left center field, headed for the gap, and it's headed for the wall. He's at least going to get two. We got to try for three, don't you? Here he goes, looking for the cycle. It'll depend on how they score it. Harper into third with what looks like it's going to be a triple, and the cycle. Alta.
So yeah, that probably questionable. Oh. If we go more in
For the
depth
wall.
into it,
He's at least going to get two. We got to try for three, don't you?
That's a great
this is
pause.
where Harper is rounding and like yeah, his momentum is already towards third. Like he like knew like especially look at the score. It's 12-1. There's like why not? Why not? And like for a score that much of a lead, like I bet like for a Mets fan like it's like eh. It's like okay, have your cycle.
I don't, man. I'm looking at this. I'm all right. I don't know how you could say this is a triple. Like I
I
don't.
wouldn't either.
I mean, if you're just looking based off of this, I guess in fast motion, Harper is at a full head of steam. He's committing to go to third. Like he doesn't care about the throw. The throw is not influencing whether or not he's going to third base. He's already decided in his head that he's going to third. Now, whether or not he would have been out by a mile if this goes to third base. I don't know if that is counting for the triple. I know this is a very obscure thing to talk about, but I feel like just to talk about to get right in just the thought of the scorebook. His momentum, he is not influenced by the throw, and I think that's what the scorekeepers are thinking. Is the throw influencing Harper's decision to go to third base? Clearly, by this frame, and I know they don't break it down like this. Maybe they look back at it to confirm it, but clearly by this frame, the throw has no influence. He's not even looking at Zach Short, who's in short outfield right now. I think it's shorter. Yeah,
Yeah.
who's throwing this ball home. At the end of the day, he is about to get hosed at third. If it goes to third, he's getting hosed, no matter what, and it'd be scored as a double. But I guess I could see if it's based off of the runner's intent to go to third base and based on the infielder throwing the ball. Like, look, like this is a good rewind. He catches the ball. I guess maybe it looks like Harper glanced at him, and maybe because he's looking at him, he's like, oh, he noticed. He's just relaying it home.
There's probably another angle on it, but yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. It looks like he's making full intention to go to third base. I do now now looking at it like this, I do understand why it was more of a triple.
Like, first off, obviously the score is not that big of a deal for this.
Absolutely.
To be called, but if this was like close and stuff like that, that's a double, clear double. They're obviously trying to, maybe if it was a close game, try to get the runner at home. But yeah. I don't see it as that. It's not that big of a deal.
You know what? It's not a big deal. It's not. It's really not. It's really not. It's not. Let's move on.
It was definitely like, yeah, not that big of a deal amongst that. But it's definitely something to eye on.
The big deal is the Mets giving up 15 runs. That is the big deal, and that he had a cycle. Wait, what inning was that? Was that the fifth inning?
Yeah, also I was going to talk about. Yeah, it was the fifth inning.
That was the fifth inning,
that's
by the way.
Also, like,
that is the big
either
deal.
way, that's still insane.
Thank you, fans.
Thank you, fans. Well, I guess speaking of fans, or somewhat, MLB has recently had their bargaining session, their first one, May 12th, strictly based off of the competitive balance problem that possibly is taking place around the league. Before we get more into it, what are your thoughts on how the competitive balance has been for the last few seasons or years?
I don't know if you were gonna bring it up later, but I'm gonna spoil it if you weren't. But I love the table that you made of the last 10 World Series winners.
Yeah, I have a table of the last 10 simply shown, but I highlighted 4 teams. The Rangers got their first one. The Nationals, Astros in 17, if you want to count that. And the Cubs, I guess, since it's been 108 years or whatever since they won it. So, yeah, that's a big deal.
It definitely. And it is a big deal, but now the Cubs are one of the higher paying teams in the league.
Yeah.
But you look at that Texas Rangers and Diamondbacks here, the Diamondbacks are nothing. The Diamondbacks don't spend a dime.
Diamondbacks showing up at least in the World Series. The Rays, if you want to highlight the teams that are just the runner-ups.
Yeah. So it's weird, right? Because the winners, they got the Dodgers, who have won 3 World Series in the last 10 years. They're always top of the payroll. The Yankees have been there once, but the Dodgers have been there 5 times in total, 2 other times. The Astros are pretty big spenders. They're usually kind of up there. But it's been I guess the Dodgers being the best during the regular season hasn't changed a lot. But you could argue there's been some parity with some of the other teams. I mean, the Diamondbacks really had that year, and that was it. The Phillies, I think you talk about it a little earlier in our script, but the Phillies haven't been a great team. The Mets certainly have not been a competitive team, making the playoffs 1 time. And, 2 times in the last 10 years, in 22 and 24. But with the winners and with the cream of the crop, yeah, the competitive balance is a little bit tough. But the Milwaukee Brewers continue to be one of the better teams in the NL, and they don't spend a lot of money. But as you say these teams, the Guardians too. Just on the flip side for the AL, they are another team that doesn't spend a lot. But those, you're kind of just picking out specifics. It's not like the grand scheme of the entire league. It's the bottom, the teams that are in the bottom 10 of spenders are not the most competitive teams. Most of the teams that are at the top of their divisions, that are making playoff appearances, tend to be in the top half at the very least of spenders. So I think that is the competitive disparity. I still think there is parity in baseball, but between the top and between the playoff teams and the best teams, most of them tend to be the bigger spenders. So I understand why this is the big point of discussion.
Yeah, and my little article, well, not article, but just a little script I wrote here. Like, yeah, it's 7 different World Series champions in the last 10 years, and people are also going to compare MLB how the payroll and stuff like that is obviously to the other big leagues that have the cap space. And like, as me, I feel like there should kind of be a cap somewhat, but I don't think there should be. I don't know what's the terminology for the lower spenders. They have to reach a certain
Like a cap floor, salary
cap,
floor.
a cap salary floor. Yeah. So like that one, I'm not that. Like I feel like if teams don't want to spend and they're doing well. Like who gives a shit, man? Like I know they could obviously spend more and pay their players more. It's like I don't know, some of these organizations and teams like they're fine with it.
I think you have the Brewers that do a good job of maximizing their payroll, but most of the teams don't do a good job with maximizing. I think finally
the Pirates.
Yeah,
Probably
there you go.
one of the teams that like really stands out.
Yeah, and that's not Pittsburgh's not a terrible market. I don't think that's certainly not a low one. Like St. Louis is I don't know. St. Louis is probably a worse market, and they're better
St. Louis
right
would be
now.
worse. Yeah.
Yeah, St. Louis is a worse market, and they're a better team. It's a tough. I mean, same division, so it's tough. Right now, they're everyone's pretty close in that division. But over the long term, the Pirates have been just very, very disappointing. I mean, the Rays, I guess, continue to be pretty good, and they're Tampa Bay. I mean, it's all Florida, I guess. That's a little iffy to me. I don't know specifics with that, but yeah, I think if organizations don't want to be competitive or with their spending, they don't want to spend a lot of money. Sure, that's up to them, but then but then it's like kind of it goes back to what teams are actually good right now. The teams that are actually good right now, and most of them are the ones that are spending a lot of money. I think that's what the issue is. You have the outlier teams like the Guardians and like the Brewers, but the rest of them aren't that great.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of mixed right now. I'd say a little bit. American League right now has Yankees, Rays, White Sox, Guardians, Mariners, top 5. Then I'd say for the NL, we have the Dodgers, Braves, Brewers, Phillies. Who'd be next?
For best teams or biggest spenders or best teams?
Well, best teams right now. Sure, off the top of my head.
You have the division. Yeah, all the
I'd say
division
those
leaders.
4 plus.
You say Atlanta. Like Atlanta is one of the. Atlanta right now is.
I said all that plus Philly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the teams. It just as of right now. I mean, it is a little wonky, but I think over the past few years, it's been mostly the teams that spend the most have the best success.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now just based off record. It would be either the Cardinals. Yeah, it would be the Cardinals, yeah. Along with the Phillies. For at least the second place teams around the NL.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, you can make it work. You can make it work.
Bro, I've seen the Rays do it the last few years and now doing it this year again. Just scrapping away wins with the guys that they have put together.
So that's the issue. You can't have one without the other. Like, you can't have a salary floor without a salary cap. It has to be both, unfortunately. And the owners are the greedy ones. The owners are the greedy ones that don't want to like share the revenue that they get, like the baseball related income. I remember I was like earlier in the month when they were going crazy with this. I did some digging about how this system would work, and it talks about how if there was a cap, there would be this pool of money that the league puts in. I think like basketball does this, hockey. I think football might do it as well. It's like sports. It's basically sports related income, but this would be baseball related income. What that exactly is kind of up for debate. I know there's certain concessions, there's certain other things that are baseball related income that would go to that. But like the Braves where have the battery, I don't know if that is considered baseball related income. So I think that's just the Braves making their own money. So that's a different can of worms. But really, it's like the owners don't want to give the players the max amount of money that they can give. I know Scott Boras talked about that. So they got a lot of money. I will say that the cream of the crop. We know get like Juan Soto basically got $1 billion contract. We know this, but it's like it's about the rest of the league and the rest of the team that miss out on some of that.
Yeah. All right. As we're going into early July, we just had a recently rule change, not for the regular season, but the home run derby. Over the past few years, we did have a swing off. Then we transitioned to the timer back in 2015, and now we're back to the swing era, the modern day. Looks to be 20 swings, and I also looked that if you're on your last swing and you homer, you continue, which is a little not a little good
I like
addition
that.
to this.
I like
Have
that.
at least more than the maximum, or the maximum of 20 home runs hit. So it could be a lot more now, but that's here or there.
I know we had some varying opinions when we first saw that this new update dropped.
Yeah,
when
we
it came,
first saw it, and
when
like
it came out.
I simply thought, like, what are we doing? Like, I like the timer. They slowly were making small adjustments to make it slightly better than it was, and like, I like what they were doing. And a lot of people are hinting towards, I think when it started with Bryce Harper, unfortunately we're talking about him again, where he won it. And a lot of stuff was evolving around when the ball landed and how like pitches were kind of like thrown before that or stuff like that. And I feel like it has been like, not just Bryce himself when it started, but it's been like that, I feel like the whole time. Like they don't land right away and they're still kind of throwing at like a certain pace to them.
You know it.
And I don't know if
Which
it's the
I
umpires.
really
'cause
figured it out.
Yeah, the umpires, like, you kind of see them in the side, or they mention them where they call it and, like, then let the pitcher throw the next pitch.
Mm-hmm. I thought they did a better job of it last year. I feel like that was now that you brought it up, that was a point that was brought up to make sure that they throw it after the ball landed, so they can't just spam them over and over again.
Yeah, because that was, like, an early emphasis on it, and it kind of was, like, wiggled room, like, a little bit, the early stages of it, but it slowly got looked at more. So, yeah.
To me, man, like, I think the timer was growing on me. It was growing on me, but I think I do like if it was outs instead of the timer, because outs is like there's stakes involved. You have like every swing matters, and this one is similar to that. But I just feel like it caps you off a little bit. 20 swings is still a decent amount of swings. So now you got to really make sure you're getting your A swing off every time. And the timer one, it was like, it was just a race to get as many homers as you can, which I could see that being a good thing, because I saw someone on Yahoo Sports talk about it was just someone drinking out of a watering hose of home runs, and that's what they liked, because it was just a home runs galore, because they're MLB players and probably the balls are a little juiced, they can hit them. With the swings, it's like, I think the swings is better, because now I'm kind of convincing myself that swings are better, because these guys are talented to where they can hit home runs at any point, of course. But now it's like, all right, now you have this set amount of swings to get as many as you can. You can go 20 for 20. Now I don't expect that to be the case, and we won't see any more of these huge home run scores unless someone just gets hot at the end. Even then, I don't see anyone getting past 30, if that's even, like someone have to go on a crazy run. Not because they don't even have to go. Yeah, I think they don't have to go all 20. They could just have an insane run where they can't miss. But I think I'm talking myself into liking the swings more. It allows them to get their A swing off every time. Also, they probably had to switch it up because of Netflix. I saw Yahoo Sports talking about that too, that is very possible. Maybe like they feel like they could change the format to make it more digestible. Which I don't know. I think the timer was just fine. Yeah, I don't know. I like that. And then also the other fact of first round is it's 8 guys. It's like the 3-point contest in the beginning. 4 best scores move on. It's like whatever the top 4 is, that moves on, and then the rest of the 4 get eliminated. Then it's head to head after that in the second round. 1 plays to 4, 2 plays to 3.
Like I'm gonna go through the earlier stages of the home run, but like you mentioned, the elimination where it's the top 4. Like it used to be just head to head, which was alright. I like the concept of that, but I liked it better when just like everyone was competing against everyone. Then the top 4 just move on, and then obviously the 4 face off against each other, top 2, and then the finals right there. But like the inaugural derby featured 5 outs per player. Batters only got credit for home runs, while non home run swings counted as an out. That was from 1985 to 1990, and then 1991 to 2004. The event expanded to a standard to 8 to 10 players bracket. Batters were given 10 outs per round. Outs were recorded for any swing that did not result in a home run. So that's the one we knew as the most growing up, was that method. Then later, 2025 to 2024, MLB revolutionized the event by replacing outs with a running clock. Batters had a set time, originally 4 to 5 minutes per round, to as many home runs as possible, plus bonus time with 425 feet, and then bracket seating, like we just mentioned.
It was that long. We had a timer from 2015.
Yep.
Wow. I didn't think it was that long. Dang. We had a timer for this long. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. I believe that was
Yeah, who was in that 2015 home run derby?
Yeah, it was Todd Frazier. Sorry.
That was the Todd Frazier one?
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. That was a timer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I forgot that.
Seems like it, yeah. Todd Frazier. Yeah. Wow. And speaking of, obviously, the home run things, unless you have anything else to want to say. Do you have anything?
I think it'll still be fun. I think it'll still be fun. The 20 it's 20 swings, but then it gets reduced to 15 swings in the second and third round. So that's important to note too. And then of course, like you said before, if you on your final swing, if you just keep going, you just keep mashing. It's like when you keep getting like a strike in bowling, I guess, right? You just go again. But not that crazy. But I think it'll still be fun. I think we gotta just keep seeing the people that are. I think you're gonna talk about this, but the people that are gonna get invited, who's gonna play, and the big bopper right now, isn't playing.
Yeah. Houston Astros slugger Yordan Alvarez confirmed he will not participate in the home run derby, despite leading in MLB American League in home runs and being leading favorite for the All-Star game as well. And just told the Porters no. Simple as that. But he said that I'm still open for participating, but not this year, because I've recently, the last few years, he has had an injury on his hand and stuff like that. So I guess he's just trying to truly recover and have just a year of just playing baseball, no matter what.
I mean, I guess he is on Triple Crown watch too, so he's having a year of years. He's a masher. I didn't realize Yordan Alvarez has never had a 40 home run year. I just learned that. I always assumed that he maybe had one.
38 or 37.
He's probably had some. He's probably had some close to that. Yeah. I was listening to baseball today, and Chris Rose was like, "Yeah, no, Jordan's never had a 40 home run year." I was like, "Wow." But he's a slugger. Like, it sucks that he's not in it because, my gosh, he has such a sweet swing. I was playing Home Run Derby like a few weeks ago at my buddy's place, and it was like 6 of us all in a bracket playing, passing the controller, and and 3 of us used Yordan Alvarez because his swing is so sweet. And in the game, of course, but in real life, it's awesome.
2026 version.
Yeah. It
No,
might.
okay.
I don't think it was. I think it was like a couple. I think it was like from 2 years ago. I think it was like a 2 years 2 years ago show. And Jordan was still nice, of course. He still is a bopper.
Yeah, whenever I
Yeah.
do like the home run derby stuff on MLB The Show, I always like to use like not obscure players, but players that are maybe like you wouldn't expect. Like I was like messing around with like Hunter Goodman and like Buxton, Brian Buxton, just like some people. Just why not? Like there's always people that
Brian Buxton, by the way.
I really thought I was gonna win it last year. That was my betting man
Yeah.
for last year because he has a great swing and like he has a surprising lot of pop and like when he does hit the ball, it's dangerous. So
He's third in MLB in homers. Buxton. He's tied with Alvarez.
Alvarez with both 25.
Yeah.
Yeah. His
My gosh.
Most home runs was 37 in 2022 for Alvarez. So yeah.
There you
So
go.
He had 27. He was hurt in 2020. 33, 37, 31, 35. Hurt with 6, and then yeah, right now 25. So
Oh, he's on pace.
I could yeah he's hitting 40.
I think he'll get 40.
Let's pray on him.
I think he's got to just stay healthy. He's the one bright spot of this Astros team. Why not do something cool? I guess Yordan's always been great. Who do you want to see? Who would you want to see in the home run derby?
Well, let me hold up. I'm gonna
Pull
look
up the home run leaders. Yeah,
I'm gonna look up the home run leaders.
I got them pulled up right now.
Oh, I'll go.
All right, so you want me to give you
Yeah, give
here?
me-
You want me
yeah.
to? I'll list
rattle
off.
them off. Yeah.
So rattle off. I'm not including Yordan Alvarez. Kyle Schwarber is leading the league
Yeah.
in homers with 29. Buxton is tied for second with Alvarez. Then you got Ben Rice, who's in fourth place with 22. Then you have Hunter Goodman. It's funny you mentioned Hunter Goodman too, because Hunter Goodman has 21 home runs on the season. He's fifth. Colson Montgomery
Yep.
has
Okay.
20 homers. Crazy, by the way. What a
I
season.
heard a stat. He's right behind Schwarber with the most home runs since last year's All-Star break. After it,
Wow.
yeah. So I think like Schwarber's like in the 50s, but then like Colson's in like in the 40s. So yeah.
Murakami
Interesting
is right after him. By the way, that is a sick stat. Like, shout out to the White Sox when mentioning Murakami and Montgomery. They're both tied with 20. They're just hitting bombs over there.
Bro's hurt, man. It sucks.
I know. Imagine if he wasn't. 20 homers already. 20 homers in 57 games. Gosh. Matt Olson is all the three players that have 4 players with 20 homers. James Wood, Matt Olson, Murakami, and Montgomery. Nick Kurtz, I feel like in the home run derby would be awesome.
Oh yeah.
I think Nick Kurtz he's in 10th because he has 19. He's the next guy. I think Nick Kurtz would be great. All right, so we just named a bunch of names. I think Pete Alonso does it again. Is that like 5? Would that be 5 years in a row that this guy's been the home run derby? I think he did it at least 3. I think he won 3. Didn't Pete Alonso win 3 times? Yeah, I know he won twice.
Mm-hmm.
Pete Alonso's 18. Yeah. Imagine Bryce Harper in it. Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber in the home run derby in Philly. That'd be pretty. That'd be scenes right there. That'd be a lot of fun. Shea Langoliers, so 19.
Trying to Baseball Reference give me the top 10. I'm not liking that.
Just go to MLB.
Yeah, I'm going MLB. Yeah, I switched over. I would
Okay.
say if we're going to go home run derby, Schwarber could make an appearance again. Could he? Probably. Actually, no, that makes sense. They're in Philly, so yeah.
They're in Philly. Kyle Schwarber's
Either
getting them.
Schwarber or Harper is gonna go out there. Possibly just Schwarber.
I think there's a chance for both. There could be a chance for both.
I could see Ben Rice doing it, but also I feel like maybe Aaron Judge is like right behind him, playing like little devil's advocate. Like, don't do it. Just don't do it, because like Aaron Judge is his first home run derby. Great first half, won it. Then second half, kind of shit the bed. So I would love to see Hunter Goodman. That'd be nice. Colton Montgomery, I feel like, is going to make an appearance. James Wood, Nick Kurtz. So that's So AL, if we're doing even, Montgomery,
Yeah.
Kurtz. Do you see Caminero back at it? Just in case.
Oh. Yeah, I like it. He was in second. Yeah, last. Yeah. Yeah, I like. Yeah.
And I don't want him to be there, but I'll just say Ben Rice. And for the NL, Schwarber. Schwarber. Who is it? Schwarber, Wood, Jordan Walker.
Jordan Walker would be fun. But I feel like that he might be a mess up the swing guy. You know, he might not do it because he's worried about. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but Jordan Walker would be cool.
And
I don't think Juan
Yeah.
Soto would do it.
maybe even like he's still up there with home run. Maybe a Brendan Lau.
Brandon,
There's
yeah.
potential. There's
Brandon
also
Lau.
some like older people, so I'm also like considering that to like not picking them.
Yeah,
But PCA would be tough. See that?
that'd be just fun.
Yeah,
I don't know how good. I feel like
a young
I
KG
don't know.
Schmidt.
you gotta get
There's
some
potential.
good.
There's potential for some good like young guys. Just at least like, why not see them swing the bat? And that's
Yeah,
it.
maybe the Giants need some good PR. They've been sucking it up. Maybe that would be their way to get back at it.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right. Where's my script? I move it? Yeah, I did move it. Yeah. All right. Next up, we just have our 5 key series to watch out for this week. Starting off, like we just mentioned, with the Phillies, but Phillies versus Nationals. These clubs face off in their second series of the season. The Nationals handily won the first game 13-2, which followed by the Phillies winning a pair of one-run games to complete the series. With this Nationals offense continuing its elite production for this season, nobody outside the nation's capital likely expected this type of offense. Yet the Nationals enter this series with an MLB's best 416 runs. And between the top productions from James Wood, C.J. Abrams, and unexpected offense from players like Curtis Mead and Kerber Ruiz, the Nats offense has proven to be one of the pleasant surprises in 2026. And one of the key persons to watch out for, I just mentioned, is James Wood. And he could possibly make a Derby appearance.
I want to also give Nasim Nunez flowers for the
yeah.
Nationals, who leads the NL in stolen bases, who's tied for first right now in stolen bases with Bobby Witt. The guy's a dog. He's
Did he
not.
start off late?
I don't know if he did. I thought he might have a
check.
little bit.
I
He
can
might have a
check.
little bit. He was close to being my player of the week. He had 4 stolen bases this week, helping them get they had 4 wins in these past out of the last 7 games, playing well. You need someone towards the top of the order. It's to get on base, steal some bags, have some more like fun young guys out there, and it's awesome to see that from one of the younger teams in baseball to also being one of the best one of the best. I mean, if you look at the runs, the best run scoring offense in the league. So, shout out to all those guys. James Wood is a stud. We kind of knew coming up his swing was so dangerous. I mean, when he was coming up and hitting home runs to the opposite side of the field, you kind of had a thought that this guy was going to be special. Like on a regular, on inside pitches, I remember there were like several videos of him inner half pitches driving to left center. Ridiculous stuff. I know a lot of big leaguers can do it, but his were special. they got a great thing going on, and the Phillies are playing some pretty solid baseball thanks to their pitching, and now the bats are really going. Shout out to Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper. Should be a fun series. I feel like a lot of the NL East series are getting going now. A lot of the division series are really starting to ramp up more, so this is a good one.
Yeah, Nunez has played 73 games, so he's Thought he started off a little late, but he has it. Yeah, just Woods, man. Right now, 20 home runs, 60 walks, and 78 games played, and on pace for 41 homers and 124 walks. So,
Stud.
last players to do that was both Aaron Judge and Juan Soto in 2024, and Kyle Schwarber did in 23.
Can he keep it up for 160? At least, 162, but for the whole season, that's the question.
Yeah. Next key matchup, we have the Guardians and the White Sox. Two of the teams right at the top of the AL Central. I believe the Guardians just retook their spot at the AL top. Both clubs are vying for the AL Central Division and will face off for the first time nearly halfway through the 2020-26 season. The Guardians took 11 of 13 from the White Sox in 2025, but it's important to note that this Chicago club team is much improved, a lot. And one of the key matchups to possibly look out for, like we just mentioned, Colton Montgomery. He has smashed 41 home runs since last year's All-Star break, second over Schwarber with 55 home runs. That was a stat I wanted to mention, and there it is.
There you go. I feel like the White Sox just keep winning a lot of tough games. Like, they were competitive with the Dodgers early on. They were competitive with the Yankees as well. I think the Yankees beat them in the series, but still they at least playing pretty solid baseball. They just prove everyone wrong, and it's another team that finally started to spend a little bit more money, but still is still on the lower side in the league. The young guys are stepping up. The big trades that I think we talked about last episode that their GM made to get them to be this competitive have panned out. And for the Guardians, they just stay towards the top. They always find a way to play good ball. What's a tale of two teams that don't spend a lot of money, but are just run really well, have really good coaching. Whatever the case is, they're always up there. They're always going to be really good. This is going to be a fun series.
Yeah. And Colton Montgomery's defense has truly been also another key piece, not just his bat as well. So he's been a great guy to look out for. And next key matchup, why not? Yankees, Red Sox, one of the best rivalries in all sports. The Yankees taking the first 5 games of the series, which is perhaps unsurprising given how the season has been for these respective clubs. This is one of the more lopsided Yankees-Red Sox matchups we had this century, as the Yankees hold a 46-30 record, 4th best record in baseball, and tops the American League, and Red Sox are at 31-44, with the 5th worst record in majors. And this is a chance for the Yankees to possibly push their chances ahead of the AL race between the Rays right now that are slightly behind them, and also for the Red Sox to possibly make a late push. And for the key matchups to look out for in this series, it's going to be Ben Rice, who is one of the best hitters right now in baseball. Great performance in 2025, has bounced back and put a lot of offensive output so far in 26. He has 22 home runs, is running the second best on-base percentage in baseball.
Red Sox, man, this is sad. It's just so sad. They have such a Alex. You see, Alex Cora was subtweeting at Rafi Devers after he refused to come out of the game or something like that. That was something we probably could have talked about too. Rafi Devers didn't come out of the game, and Alex Cora, his once manager, refused. Was texting, tweeted him on social media. Nothing really to do with the Red Sox completely, but it does a little bit.
He's
Still,
getting pinch run for in late stages of the game, leaves the 9th inning as well. And he's not that fast to run and put in a young guy with some legs, and why not? It's he's giving a lot of crap for small things like this, since it's part of baseball.
this is what I'm talking about with the Giants needing more positive PR. Maybe they need something like someone to be in the home run derby, just for something good to happen. Maybe give him a shot. Maybe he'll win something. Because Rafi Devers has been just barely above mediocre this season.
Yes.
I know he's now playing for space, but doesn't matter. But back to the Red Sox, man. They just they're 4-6 in the last 10 games. They have. I remember there was like weird stories about some disconnect with the owner and some of the front office with the players. The front office can't communicate properly. I saw like there was literally like I think it was a joke, but a translator for a dude who speaks English because the guy just can't speak well. Like he just can't communicate to the players or something crazy. It's tough, man. Like for a team that had like that, I'm not trying to say they had a lot of problems because they didn't do anything to address anything in this offseason besides bringing a catcher. I guess they would like Jared Duran was supposed to be the guy. I mean, he had a pretty solid World Baseball Classic, so you kind of had some expectations for him. But aside from that, that's been about it, man. It hasn't been good for the Red Sox. The Yankees should shellac them. I'm expecting them to, but you never know with this series. You know, it's always It's in Boston.
Yeah.
It's in Boston, so that helps them, I
I
guess.
think
But
4-game series, I believe. Yeah.
that's about it. That's all they got going from them. The game's in Boston, and sometimes there are times when Boston handles business at home, particularly against the Yankees.
Yeah, I'm going to quickly. I like how you spoke about Duran, and this is him Monday night.
Yes. This is going to tie it up. The trail runs
Yep.
carry. He's going to score. It got away to the left. The Rockies win it. How do you like that?
McCarthy didn't even realize they won.
Between the 8th and the 9th, and the Rockies walk off the Bo Sox. Gotta love it.
Just unreal, man.
Shout out to Aroldis Chapman. Just got to give him a shout out, man. The guy's still throwing gas.
Yeah,
Man.
I remember last year, an electric walk-off last year. Not like that, but it was it was in San Fran against the Phillies. I think it was what's the catcher's name? Young catcher.
For
He
the
just
Phillies,
No, for the Giants.
Patrick Bailey.
Bailey, yeah. Bailey's on the move. Bailey's on the move. And he was inside the park walk-off grand slam.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That was a great poll. Yeah,
That was
the
a
Red Sox.
one.
Red Sox stink, bro. Red
Yeah.
Sox stink. Please give him a belt.
Yeah, Ben Rice got that, man. I think Schiller will be back there in Boston again. Yeah.
Oh, that'll be good.
Mhm.
That should be fun. What, you'll probably be the tail end of that series? If it's a 4-game, game 3, 4?
He'll start either 2 or 3.
Oh, 2 or 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Our next key matchup is going to be a divisional matchup between the Cubs and the Brewers. Brewers thoroughly dominated the Cubs in a 3-game sweep at Wrigley earlier this season, outscoring Chicago 19-5. It was a different story in 2025 when the Cubs took 7 of the 13 regular season games, while the Brewers won the NLDS against Chicago in 5 games. The Brewers are 46-29 and sit 5 games ahead of the NL Central, while the 40-37 Cubs are 7 games back. A Chicago sweep would do wonders for getting the Cubbies back into the mix, but the Brewers have been exceptionally great and consistent this year. And one of the guys to look out for, no other than the Miz. Jacob Mizraowski will be taking the bump later this series.
He had a loss against the Braves. Braves did a pretty good job. I think he pitched 6 innings in his last start, and in the 6th inning he gave up a couple runs. The Braves got to him. That was a great series too.
Mm-hmm.
Miz probably looking for it to bounce back, even though he didn't even have a it wasn't a bad game. It was still a quality start. I'm excited for that series because the Cubs, you said they need this. For a team that started off so hot, then to be playing some horrible baseball, now at a chance at the division leader to make up some serious ground. You play the Mets in 2 games, right? You have a doubleheader, and then you'll either play one more because of the rain out. You should beat up on the Mets. That'll give you some games, and then you got to play ball against Milwaukee. That's gonna be fun. That's a potential playoff matchup again, like last year. If you have playoff aspirations, I know it's still pretty early, but we're getting to the All-Star break at this point, so these division games really matter. They matter in the long run. So this should be treated like a playoff game. Every one of these 3.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Mizorowski having a 1.45 ERA and striking out 38 batters, has more strikeouts than the next person, which is at 121 in his 15 starts.
Yeah, that's insane,
and
man.
Another person I'll quickly mention, PCA. He's been bouncing back ever since, like, a lot of, like, on-field stuff being said and stuff like that. And PCA is that type of guy to, like, still talk stuff and still ball out. So
he backs it up. Yeah, he's gonna always back it up.
He has been, like, so far recently at a young age. We see, like, his spurts of, like, downfalls and, like, his ups as a baseball player. Because last year he was probably like MVP candidate, and the second half kind of stunk a little bit. So,
yeah, man, he's a ball player. It's the ebbs and flows of the season. He's playing some really good baseball.
Yeah. On our next matchup, we have the Dodgers and the Padres. We talked about this before as our key matchup, and it's back again as the Dodgers took the first series earlier this season, winning 2 of the 3 games in San Diego. LA also took 9 of the 13 from the Padres last season, which proved pivotal in the Dodgers winning the NL West. And the Dodgers have been firing on all cylinders, have extended their lead in the NL West to 9 games over the Padres. San Diego has been a real threat to LA in recent years, but has been one heck of a mountain for the Padres to climb. There's plenty of time to make things interesting, but the Padres need to get the ball rolling sooner rather than later. And I have no player to really look out for the Padres besides anyone. I really don't. Michael King had a great outing yesterday, but my watch-out player for this series will be Roki Sasaki.
It's a guy who's been becoming more consistent.
Yeah.
He's now going deeper in games, going at least 6 innings. I think he went 7 innings in the prior start. I think I almost made him my pitcher of the week last week because he had a really good. I think he went 7 innings and he looked really good. That's a tough man. If Roki Sasaki going deep into ball games, oh my gosh! Like the Dodgers continue to be a powerhouse, and this is all these division series should be playoff games. It doesn't matter. I know you'll play them again later and down the line. They've already played before. How many more? Is it 4 series that they play each other? Is it twice? They play each other 2 times at home and then twice on the road?
Yeah, I believe it's 4 now, divisional stuff. Yeah.
Low-key
at the bottom of my heart, I miss playing the division more times than that.
Definitely. I completely agree. I think we've talked about that before, so I don't know. Maybe I've talked about with someone else about more division games. I'm a big fan of having more division games. Yeah. Now that there are less division games, every one of these matter. So you really have to make the most out of them. These should all be playoff series. The Padres need something to bounce back for them. They have such a good bullpen, such a good bullpen that can barely get used because they're down in so many games. Listen, they're in dire need to just play desperate baseball, even though it's June.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Saki has allowed 3 runs or fewer in the last 7 or 8 starts. His ERA is sitting at 2.85, 0.9 WHIP, and 28 hits allowed in 41 innings pitched. And the last start he had a nice little bounce back start from what he had against the Orioles. 5 2/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, a walk, and 6 Ks. Yeah,
We're gonna see, man. I gotta see more from him. We gotta see more, at least 5. But I'm a little harsher now with starting pitchers. They gotta go 6 innings. You gotta give me at least a quality start. Come on.
Yeah. And lastly, we'll get forward to will be our weekly players of the week. Starting off with the American League for the hitters, I have a surprising person to come up on this list is Josh Bell. In the week, he batted .455, .420 on base, and .818 on base percentage, with 2 home runs, 7 runs scored, 8 RBIs, and 3 walks.
I just got one quick thing to say about Josh Bell. He always raked against the Mets. I was always so afraid seeing him come up to the plate when he was on the Nationals, and even now. I think
He's
he was
a
on my
switch hitter too. It's like
I know. He's underrated.
He's underrated. He's someone who like you would love to see in the home run derby. I feel like he still has that pop.
I think he does, but I feel like he's more of a hit for average guy. I think he does have. He's a bigger dude, but I think he's more gap to gap. My
I feel
NL
like when he
hitter
was with the
go ahead.
Twins, I saw a
Sorry.
lot of him hitting home runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many home runs did he hit? Like, what was his biggest year? Josh Bell. Did he ever hit more than 30?
There's a different Josh. Yeah, there's 2 Josh Bells. Josh Bell has not hit a 30 home run season. Yeah, but yeah,
Has he had like anything close, like over 25?
27, 26. Yeah, not that. Oh, actually, no, I looked over at 37. Yeah, 2019.
Oh, he hit 37?
37, 2019 was an all-star.
Oh, there you go.
Batted 277, 367, and a 5. Wait. Batted 277, on base 367, slugging 569, on base percentage 936.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right, Josh Bell. My fault.
Incredible.
My NL hitter of the week. I had a couple options. I was like looking at these guys. Some of these guys really balled out. I gave Nasim Nunez some flowers. I want to give Brian Reynolds some flowers. He drove in 9 runs this past week, 3 home runs in 24 plate appearances in the 6 games. Just kind of the steady bat in Pittsburgh. He is a Pirate. Like I think he signed a decent extension there. I was really in between Kyle Schwarber and Pete Crow Armstrong, PCA, and just in only 5 games. In 5 games, had 4 home runs, 7 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases. Hit .550 on the week. The guy he really blew up in just they only played 2 games against Toronto, but in these 5 games he was playing really well. And then Kyle Schwarber, it's tough not to mention him with having a 3 home run game. It was his 5th 3 home run game this season already.
Wait, this season?
I think unless it's like his career.
His career. I think
it's got to be his career.
Yeah,
it's got to be his career.
That's we would have known by that.
That'd be crazy. Still, I think he's like, I don't think he's one of few players to have that many 3 home run seasons. But Schwarber, 5 homers, 10 RBIs in this past week. The guy's a monster. He just hit bombs. I think since 2016, since Kyle Schwarber came into the league, or 2015, 2016, he is second in home runs, only behind Aaron Judge. So he is the slugger of the NL. You want to go? I'll go now. We're not snaking. Okay.
No, yeah.
Okay, so we are snaking. That's right. My NL star of the week is Foster Griffin of the Washington Nationals. 13 1/3 innings pitched. I really, to be honest with you, Evan, I really look at the innings pitched. That's the first stat I look at. Whoever has the most innings pitched most of the time will be my pitcher of the week. If I see, and obviously if guys have not started only 1 game in this week, okay, that's one thing. But if you have made 2 starts and you have less than 12 innings pitched, you're probably going to get looked over. Foster Griffin went 6 innings and then 7 1/3 in his last outing. 15 total strikeouts, 9 strikeouts in the last one. The guy's been the ace for the Nationals, someone who's come up in trade talks. a piece that could be moved if they're not competitive. I mean, I know they're one of the best offenses in MLB, but otherwise, it's not a lot else going on. So Foster Griffin could be a name that gets moved around, but otherwise, he is the ace for the Nationals.
Yeah, I probably do even better. Even though I do look at innings too, but if you have like your ERA is looking pretty in the week, it is. I'm gonna pick you, but I think Logan Gilbert did pretty well with 13 and 1/3 innings of work, allowed 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, and 18 Ks in that span.
18 strike. Oh my gosh. Yeah, punching tickets. I love that.
Yeah, and as for my reliever of the week, I think I had him previously, if not so, but Luis Varlin, 4 and 1/3 innings of work, a hit allowed, 0 earned runs, 1 walk, and 3 saves wrapped up there down in Toronto. So, again, the saves, Blue Jays needing that a lot over there.
For me, I want to give some flowers to Tanner Scott, who in 3 games has 3 saves. So that's another guy who just love to see that. But my reliever of the week is Adrian Morejon. Morejon of the Padres. He's someone that gets overlooked because of Mason Miller, of course. But like I said earlier in the show, it's the Padres bullpen is elite, and this guy is elite. In this week, he had a win. He's a reliever, so it's really difficult to get wins. In 3 games, and if he had 4 innings pitched, he just shut it down. He had 7 strikeouts and 4 innings of work. Very solid. No walks. Only 2 hits over that stretch. He could have picked a decent amount of guys here, but I went with him because, you know, in the games that he has pitched, it's led to the Padres winning baseball games. He's been the guy to rely on to set up Mason Miller. He's my reliever of the week.
Very solid, very solid. And before we get any further, we do have a fun, interesting thing that happened earlier on down in Detroit.
They trying to figure out what that is.
He didn't do
What is
anything to
this?
anybody. Hey, guys.
Hey, get away from me.
Guys.
Why? Hey,
Guys.
quit stepping on me.
I'm just trying to do my job.
No.
Oh, hey.
No.
What
Hey.
are we doing? I'm
Ow.
just
Ow.
trying to work here. Stop it.
Try it again.
Stop it.
I'm going to get you.
Bow. My
Ow.
turn now.
Ah.
That's more gentle, at least.
Holy smokes.
It's been
What-
here.
what-
It's been here for months.
Is this their
Stop
first
pressing
experience? He's not going to go back in.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
What are you trying to cover me up? No.
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 I can't see.
Help. Help me.
Hey. I'm just trying to watch the game. This is an obstructed view seat now. Didn't say
Oh.
that on the ticket. What do I look like, a campfire?
I've always thought I always thought about that with the dirt cam. That, what if there's one time it just sticks out a little too far and they finally notice it? There's no way this is the first time they've noticed it. There's no way.
I think this is the first time I've ever seen like it actually pop up and like it had a 6-minute delay.
I've never 6-minute delay is crazy. It was that long. My gosh.
Yeah, the field crew was not like they took their sweet time to get some dirt and shovels and stuff like that.
I didn't think it would poke out that much. That was poking out a lot more than I
Yeah.
feel like it usually is.
I always wanted like obviously I've seen it outside. I need to see it actually placed in. I want to like be right at where they're standing. and you can
How
see
they
it.
put it.
Yeah, I want to actually see when it's actually not like sticking out and stuff like that. Same like, I think they have it for the home run derby, like right in front of like home plate around just like little like lip there.
Yeah, they usually have it. They have the dirt cam at home plate. I've seen it on Mets games. I'm sure they have it everywhere. I'm sure. I think every game has a
They
dirt
really
cam.
showed the angle there, but yeah.
I still like they. I don't know. They have to. I know they put it pretty much at the lip, but when it gets like, I feel like it never gets hit or it rarely does. I don't know if I've seen it get hit yet, or at least I don't know if Social has put it out yet, or maybe it hasn't. It just it's been under the ground and no one's noticed it because they've done a good job of hiding it.
Yeah, just I haven't. I have not seen anything like that. That's kind of crazy. That I also did not see how the play prior to that game because I think I was probably driving at the time, where it impacted that camera getting unlodged like that. So yeah.
It looks like they were coming back from commercial too. So I don't know if I don't know the play before that. What made it pop up that much to where they would notice it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Funny stuff though.
Baseball is baseball, man.
Yeah.
Find something new every time. But that pretty much wraps things up. My name is Evan O'Brien. That is Billy Bissell. This is Baseball Enthusiast. See you guys next time.
See ya.